Welcome to the Ignition Point. I'm Debbie Hart.
And I'm Sean Finnegan.
And today we have Miss Tessa herself. She has a brilliant new product I want to tell you guys about, because all business owners could and maybe should use this in their businesses to get more revenue and more income coming in. Because tell us what it is and how easy it is.
Yeah, so it's a platform really designed to help a general consumer make more money online through affiliate marketing or any sort of content creation. But also as a brand, you want to be able to connect with more consumers and people who can purchase your product or engage with your service. And a lot of times that's not easy to communicate without a lot of marketing dollars or, fancy campaigns. But I think even more importantly now, people are looking for authenticity. They want to hear from, their neighbor or their friend or the person from high school who's recommending something. And so we're trying to streamline the process of making that a lot easier for somebody to push out there with just about any product.
So something people are already doing anyway, right? Your friend hears about a good product or a good service and they tell their friend about it, which is obviously way more likely for them to follow up and want to buy when they get a referral. People are tired of commercials. We don't even watch them anymore. Everything's streamed without commercials most of the time. So how did you come up with this idea?
Yeah, that's a lot of work. And at what point did you understand that this was a big gap out there?
So it actually is kind of interesting. I've worked on I'm very operational. My brain works in systems and spreadsheets and connecting, finding solutions for stuff. But my background is all marketing. I've been the CMO for a couple different companies that we've taken up to 9 figures in a matter of 12, 18, 24 months. And so I've been on this back end of how to make something really big, really quickly. And in doing so, a lot of that comes down to building out an affiliate program or a way to get in front of more consumers in a more organic way. And what I find in that is most people who do affiliate marketing, they've got a degree of understanding of how to build a funnel and how to run ads. Many of them are very good at it. But they're missing a massive segment of people, which is the everyday consumer who has a lot of people that really trust them and that want to hear their opinions on things, but don't know how to do it. Maybe they've attempted to, you try to ClickFunnels template and it's a little clunky and a little hard, you're not sure how to connect everything. And so a lot of people throw in the towel before they even get to the point of making it happen. And so that's really the kind of segment of people that I want to be able to not only empower them to make money, whether it's supplemental or, replacing something else, but also I think that's really where there's a ton of opportunity for brands to get in front of others in a really organic way.
Love that.
So at some point you're, a CMO for bigger companies, and then you decide I'm going to go take a leap of faith, and I have this idea. I know there's a problem out there I want to solve.
Yep.
And then you launched out and did your business in this.
Correct. Yeah. So I've been able to consult for a number of these large companies or do so, in-house for them, building that out. And I was like, gosh, there's really just a lot of people that are missing in this equation that no one's considering because it kind of seems like the small fish. But when you've got a lake full of a lot of small fish, there's someone that can eat in there. You know what I mean? So that's really where I saw an opportunity, and I don't think there's anyone who's really focused in on that segment of people.
What's been your biggest challenge doing what you're doing?
Oh, honestly, I think the biggest challenge is there is a lot of complexity to it, and simplifying it enough that it's not intimidating to people to dive into. That's, continuing to be a bit challenging of how to communicate that and how to make it really approachable, because we are catering to somebody who's doesn't know the first thing about building out a new website or connecting emails and all that kind of stuff. And so making it seem like a safe place that they can learn and actually achieve something quickly has proven to be a challenge thus far.
Has it taken longer than you expected?
It's been adopted really quickly, I will say. We just went public with being able to allow people onto the platform within the last 30, 60 days, really. And just the amount of people who've flooded in with taking these trials and getting started on it has been really cool. And I think that's largely because of the creator environment that we have right now. People are discovering every day that you can become a creator. You don't have to look a certain way, act a certain way, do a certain thing to become a really powerful influencer. In fact, the people who are the most organic, and it feels like you're just kind of chatting with a friend, who's on the other side of that screen, the more successful you tend to be. And so I think that we're really able to harness, people who are discovering that and then see, oh, there's really something here. Like I could dive into this a bit more.
So how do you share with entrepreneurs all the benefits and ways they can make money using affiliate marketing?
Yeah, so it actually is funny. And maybe this was my ignition point really, was I made a good amount of money through real estate investing. That was what I started doing when I had no money of my own, but I really loved learning how to do it. And so I made this money and I had quickly lost it just about as fast as I made it because I didn't know what I was doing. I had no financial literacy, had no understanding of, what that looked like. And so I reinvested myself really heavily into learning about money. And so now I love talking about how to make, manage, and multiply your money. And that has just become sort of this passion of mine, right? And in, I think it was March or April of this year, I created a TikTok account. And I said, I'm going to talk about this journey of how I made $1 million by the time I was 25, and then I lost a lot of it. And then I learned how to build it back and how to, have the proper financial, actions to make sure I wasn't going to do that again. And so I started just creating content about make, manage, and multiply money, and, grew about 80,000 followers in kind of a short period of time, just throwing out content pretty willy-nilly of how I wanted to show people what's possible, what's important. And I've been blown away at how needed that is, like how many people need that information. And so pretty much all of this education so far that I've been able to provide to other entrepreneurs has just been through content on places like TikTok and teaching them how to kind of do it too.
What other things should someone consider when they're, on the creator side? They have a great story, but what would you say to someone who wants to get out there on TikTok like you did?
I think that this is probably one of the hardest things. I tend to be a little bit of a perfectionist too. So I think you always assume you need to do the most with it. You've got to have full production. You've got to have all this stuff. When in reality, a lot of times what's performing best these days is, people want to feel like they're chatting with someone that they're comfortable with. And so I think someone getting started, and it's not to say that the big production doesn't help. It can be incredible, but getting started, treat it like you're FaceTiming with your best friend. And you want to tell them something that's important. And I think if you also think of your audience, even if it's one person right now, as your friends and people you care about, you're going to be a lot more invested in providing good quality information and things that can truly help them. And so I think approaching it that way is really how you not only can engage people online, but you also build that following of people who feel like they know you and they want to be your friend.
Humanizes it.
Yeah.
I really like that a lot.
So if someone wants to come out and be a part of the community that you're building on the affiliate network, what's the best way for them to do that?
Yeah, so it's called onlineincome.io. It's Onin, which is literally just the first two letters. Kind of looks like onion, but
cool.
It's catchy. It works.
It is catchy.
And so you can get on there. It's easy to set up. You get a trial of it for 14 days for free, and then from there you can build out your systems in a couple clicks and start making money.
Jeez.
Nice.
Yeah.
Love that.
Yeah.
What a great offer for people. Like
Yeah,
you said, it does fill that void because, hey, I'm trying to do content, but a lot of people, they don't monetize. And they're like, how do I monetize my product? I do all these posts, but I'm not bringing in the revenue.
Yeah.
And like they still do that, but then they can put it on what you've built.
Yeah. And I mean, I think a lot of times too, you can monetize it with a very small audience at first. That's the other misconception. I have some people I know who have millions of followers and haven't made $1 off of their social media following because they didn't know how to properly monetize it. And I know others who've got, 1,000 and are making 10,000 plus a month off of a pretty small audience of people. So it's really cool that you can get started quickly and start seeing some of that traction, relatively fast.
That is amazing. So you've got the platform. Do you also have training on there for people to learn
so
how to do that?
Within that, part of the platform is called Online Income Academy. And there's courses on all different strategies. So whether it's the affiliate marketing side, or you want to create your own course, or you want to do UGC content for other brands, or you want to leverage, Amazon things and affiliate links, it teaches you how to do every piece of it.
Brilliant.
Yeah, it is.
Parting advice. What advice would you have for entrepreneurs as you've had this journey, built this business? You said you lost and you kind of built up.
Yeah.
What's your best advice?
I think honestly, the most important piece is really developing a skill set that is the most valuable, which in my opinion is as important as marketing is and understanding how to, create this great product. Something that is essential, that is overlooked because it's not fun and sexy and appealing to a lot of people, is great operations and really strong systems. And if you can learn how to do that from the beginning, not only will you help your own business, but you'll be unbelievably valuable to other people. That is one of the most needed things in just about every business, and very few people do it well and are pouring into learning how to do it really well.
So great to get that perspective from an operations mind like you,
Yes,
that how
exactly.
important that is, and it's rare that entrepreneurs hear that, because a lot of it's sales, marketing, and other things.
Yeah,
but operations,
which are also very important. But if you could have a ton of sales flooding in from great marketing, if you've got crappy systems, it's all going to crumble just about as quickly as it came in.
Yeah,
Right.
excellent advice. So make sure that you get the free trial, you engage with Tessa and what she's built, and also follow her on her socials. We'll post everything social.
Awesome.
She's an incredible creator. You probably don't see this, but I like all your stuff and
Appreciate
I comment
it.
on all your stuff because it's really, really good content.
Thank you so much. I
So,
appreciate that.
Appreciate you being here.
Yes,
Thank you.
so
Thanks
much
for having me.
If any of you watching today have any doubts that your current CPA is not helping you take 100% advantage of the deductions you deserve and helping you stay compliant with the IRS, then don't hesitate to get involved with TaxHive today. You won't be disappointed.